Hi there. My blog coming up in justhelicopters.com deals with the 7 key actions that we can follow to bring everybody home safely. And this is after the United States Helicopter Safety Team did a study of accidents leading up to July 2019, where they had this shocking headline to say the helicopter industry is headed for the highest fatal accidents in more than a decade. Now that's a pretty sobering statement, isn't it? So looking at accidents, they came up with 7 key actions that we can follow. What are the 7? First of all, they say know how much fuel you need or may need. So obviously there have been crashes where people run out of gas, which is just crazy. And they say that the most worthless thing that you fly over is a gas station that you didn't land to fill up. The second thing that they brought up in their study was take time to do a walk around and use your checklist. So people are obviously missing something or in a hurry and not doing the walk around. And of course, I've seen people miss things on checklists, and also done case studies where airline pilots and pilots in the general aviation have missed something on a checklist, and it's turned catastrophic. So use the checklist and do a good walk around. The third thing is to recognize the potency of over-the-counter medications. Now, there's obviously been some crashes where people have been taking over-the-counter medications thinking that they're not as potent as something that's given to you by prescription. So realize that taking over-the-counter medications can have an adverse effect on your decision making. The fourth thing would be stop the scud running. This is what happened in the Kobe Bryant crash, isn't it? Where the pilot got trying to get to the area where Kobe Bryant and his family wanted to open a sports facility, and the fellow was scud running, and then ended up having to climb up into the clouds and got inadvertent IMC, spatial orientation, and crashed, killing all people on board. So stop the scud running. As Matt Zuccaro says, the former president of the HAI, land the helicopter. You're in a helicopter, so land, but don't continue. Number 5, visual flight rules and instrument conditions can lead to death. So this is one of the leading causes, actually, of helicopter accidents, is the pilot pushed it, maybe scud running, and goes into instrument conditions and tries to stay VFR. And it doesn't work. I mean, I've seen very high time pilots in the flight simulator and in the aircraft lose spatial orientation and lose control in VMC. The 6th thing is don't succumb to get-there-itis. That's a real gotcha. Don't feel that pressure either internally or if you have external pressure, let's say from a boss or somebody that's trying to pressure you to get somewhere. Say no. Turn around, land, break the link in the error chain forming there. And the last thing that the safety team is telling us to do is don't be afraid to divert, turn around, or land. And these sort of follow on with what we're talking about with scud running or trying to maintain VFR or VMC conditions when you're actually IMC. Divert, go somewhere where the weather is VMC, turn around, or land. And so these are the 7 tips that the United States Helicopter Safety Team are saying that we need to do based on the accident rate that they saw leading up to July 20th, 2019, to say that we're heading for the highest accident rate in more than a decade if we don't do that. So there's some tools for you, and fly safe.